fingaun daun, bibigyan mo kasan diga so ganito ka to tektagan.
Hi, this is Dr. Gretchen Skrotzki, principal currently of Bishop Elementary School. I've been there now for 11 years, but I am going to be moving to the district office as the assistant superintendent of business and administrative services. It's got a real long, fancy name.
No, I'm Jimmy T. What does Business Administration Services Assistant Superintendent do?
So basically, what I'll be doing is I'll do all of the bookkeeping, the budget, all of that. I will be working with that, and then it will also be really involved in providing professional development to teachers based on our district goals. And then I will also be just supporting an admin in any way possible at each school site. So Bishop Elementary, Home Street, and then Bishop High. And I'm sure there's going to be other duties as assigned as well.
The duties as assigned. There's always that bottom
There's
line.
always that other one. So it is a new position that was created just to provide, some more support in the district office as opposed to, just having one person and then which is Katie Coker, our superintendent, just providing more support for her and everyone else.
So you go from 100 students to about 2,000?
So I'm going from about 900 students to about 2,000. And I, like I said, I've been at Bishop Elementary for 11 years, so I know all the students pretty much from TK now to 12th grade. And so it'll be really nice to see them on campus at Bishop High, at Home Street, and just, yeah.
Have you done metrics on your term about the improvement in the children?
What kind of metrics?
Reading standards, like started at this point and
Yes.
at this point?
Yeah, we really got delved into that with Alyssa Toomey over at the county office and looked at our dashboard indicators, basically saying that, there's certain areas that we need to improve upon, certain populations of students that we need to improve upon in ELA and in math and when it comes to suspension rates. And so we really do have a good handle on what it is that we need to improve on. It's just now figuring out what that will look like. So.
And I also want to compliment you. I read the single best headline I think I've ever read. It said, civility breaks out at board meeting, which was Principal Skrotzki made her presentation. That great headline.
Thank you.
That's one of the best ever.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
So next year, when you're in the assistant superintendent position, how will you be interfacing with Vice Principal Routt, Principal Barker?
Right. So I'll still be, Bishop Elementary is really set to go. The mission there has been basically early literacy and science of reading and just, kind of making sure every student gets what they need. We have something called win time that we do, what I need time, 30 minutes a day at each grade level. That's going to be implemented next year. And that's just basically making sure that students are getting what they need as far as reading goes, no matter where they're at. So I'll be helping still facilitate that and data talks with each grade level based on our Acadience testing that we do for reading. I'll also be doing some science of reading professional development with that staff and also, even implementing data talks at Home Street and the high school too. So in some capacity.
Among the many improvements you made, I really like the book vending machine. That is just a genius concept. You want to explain it one last time?
Sure. Yeah. So Altrusa, and then it was also Friends of
Inyo?
Friends of
Someone. We'll find out later. I'll report it, honest. I
I'm
apologize.
so sorry. Can't think. But they went ahead and supported us by buying a book vending machine. It's in our library. It's super cool. Kids, they get little gold coins if they get like student of the month, or they get a special award from their teacher, and they get to go to the book vending machine and actually get a book using the gold coin.
So it's a
And it's
reward
like all, yes,
and an incentive.
it's an incentive too.
I think that's just outstanding. And
Yeah.
I noticed that you have Marcel Proust's Remembrance of Being Past in original French. I think that's a great thing to have in anybody's vending
Yes.
machine.
Yeah.
With the dust and the cobwebs and everything else.
All of those things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure interviewing
Thank
you for the
you.
last couple of months.
Thank you. And I'll still come back every once in a while and report what's going on.
So if you have any questions for Assistant Superintendent for Business and Operations
Administrative
Services, can you make that shorter? Can you give us an
I
acronym?
know, right? Yeah.
Please send them to news@sierrawave.net, and we'll do our best to answer.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is the amazing Dr. Assistant Superintendent
Intended.
Gretchen Skrotzki, and I'm Jimmy T.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Why choose us? Because our success is determined by your success. Our job is to promote you. With our combined success, we foster an after-school programs teaching, broadcasting, writing, TV, and film. We help each other and teach future generations. Call us at 760-914-9883, extension 2.
Hi, this is Dr. Gretchen Skrotzki, currently the principal of Bishop Elementary School. And here I have Rob Barker. He is the interim principal next school year, because I will be moving to the district office as Assistant Superintendent of Business and Administrative Services. Rob was with us this year as kind of a dean, just kind of helping out part-time. And he was also with us during COVID too, to help us out as well. He has an extensive background in education. He's been everything from a teacher to a dean to a superintendent, all of those things. So he has a wealth of knowledge. And I know that I will be leaving Bishop Elementary School in good hands. With that being said, what are some of your goals for next year?
Well, yeah, my goals would be to continue forward with those advances that we've made, utilizing data to support changes and different kinds of curriculum, and working with the teachers as much as possible. One of the things I've done lately is that I supervise student teachers for a university. And, you know, and in the training I've received to be a clinical supervisor for student teachers, all kinds of strategies on how to help new teachers have come up, and I look forward to providing guidance not only to the two new assistant principals. Well, not Adam isn't new, Adam Routt isn't new, but anyway, also getting into the classrooms more, if possible.
Great. And how do you feel about going into next school year as the interim principal?
Well, I feel great about it. Some people might ask, doesn't he seem just a little bit old? And I am old, but I still have a passion for education. I still have lots of energy. I still care. And many of my retired friends, you know, want to think, why? What's the deal? And I still feel that I have something to offer. So, you know, that's the main reason I would agree to do this. And you know, I've been at Bishop Elementary School on and off since I think 2012.
Yep.
And I was a substitute assistant principal for a couple of years, and then later on I was again substitute assistant principal. And but I was superintendent principal at Round Valley, and I was principal at Lee Vining, principal in Mammoth, and teacher for a long, long time. So I'm kind of excited about providing just that perspective of having been in education a long time and being able to bring that to the Bishop Elementary School students and parents.
Thank you.
Well,
Appreciate that. I know.
okay.
I know it's in good hands, Bishop Elementary. So, with that being said, signing off, Dr. Gretchen Skrotzki, Bishop Elementary School.
And Rob Barker, the 24-25 interim principal.
Hello, this is Dr. Gretchen Skrotzki, currently the principal of Bishop Elementary School. And I have my counterpart here. I think that's a fitting.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's Adam Routt, who is currently vice principal of Bishop Elementary School. And we're here to talk to you a little bit about what next year will look like. I will be resigning from my current position at the end of this month. And then we'll start as the Assistant Superintendent of Business and Administrative Services at the district office for Bishop Unified. And I thought I would interview Adam, and he could tell you a little bit about what Bishop Elementary might look like next year.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Dr. Skrotzki. I think it's going to be a great move for our district as a whole and really utilize her strengths. At Bishop Elementary, though, we are excited to move forward with a little bit bigger of an admin team. Mr. Barker, who's worked as a dean part-time this school year with us to help out, is going to be our interim principal. He has a wealth of knowledge. He's done every position from teaching to administration to superintendent, just a wealth of knowledge, and we're excited to have him in a more permanent fixture. And just having a school of 900's a lot, and so we're looking forward to we're kind of dividing some of the tasks, and so I'm going to be our TK through second grade assistant principal, and then we've also just hired one of our current fourth grade teachers, Jessica Sharkey, as our third, fourth, and fifth grade assistant principal. So the three of us have worked together for quite a lot of time. It's going to be in a different capacity, but we're looking forward to really meeting students' needs and being more intentional about instruction and student success, because that's ultimately what the goal is of a school.
And will Bishop Elementary still be focusing on like early literacy and science of reading and all of that?
Absolutely. We're moving forward full steam with what we've done. Dr. Skrotzki and her team, prior to me, put a lot of effort into data and data driving instruction and kind of the background of what reading and phonemic awareness and phonics all plays into reading. We're also moving into some other assessments for math with Becky Rosen, our math specialist. We're going to be utilizing Acadian's math and really utilizing the data and assessments that we have for students to really drive our instruction.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I will miss being at Bishop Elementary every day. I will be able to still work with the amazing staff there and go and see the students. Been there for 11 years, so I pretty much know all of the kids now that are in our school system. So that'll be fun if I go to the high school or I go to the middle school. But I do know that Bishop Elementary is in good hands and will move forward with its mission. So
absolutely.
Thank you, Dr. Skrotzki, reporting off of duty, I guess you could
and
say.
Mr. Routt as moving forward with a new team. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Officer Michener. I'm the Public Information Officer for your Bishop CHP office. I'm coming to you today with a little bit of old news, some current ongoings, and then some stuff that we're looking at in the future. I'd like to talk to you guys about, so I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to get in with the sixth grade class at the Home Street Middle School 3 weeks ago. And we were able to go over some impairment things, some intoxication, trying to get with the kids and get them a little bit of education. Let them know that things aren't all that they may be made out to be at all times. I was able to bring some of these impairment goggles with me into the classrooms. They represent different blood alcohol level concentrations, or we have goggles that replicate being under the influence of marijuana, different things like that. Really what we were doing is just we wanted to let the kids know. We set up some field sobriety tests for them. If you came through our public information booth at the Bishop Mule Days, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We did something very similar with the kids in that classroom, where we set up a taped straight line in the classroom, had them put the goggles on, and let them actually get to experience and let all their friends, sober, sitting around them, see how poorly each one of them were performing, just trying to make an impact on them. The goggles that we brought in were under the legal limit and over the legal limit. One thing I found interesting, between the two groups, between the 6th grade classes that I was able to get with and all the folks that came through our public information booth at meal days, we had not one person pass the field sobriety tests, whether they were wearing the goggles that replicated being under the limit or over the limit. So our under the limit goggles replicate blood alcohol concentration of 0.07, the legal limit being 0.08. People, it was a good one. People were shocked to be able to see how poorly they were doing, and it really is a shock to the system when you see going from sober to putting on goggles that are replicating how you're seeing things after when you're under the influence. That big of a change. It's a real shock to the system. When you're drinking, it's a progressive change. Your brain isn't catching up with it. You know, it's a depressant. So that was a good one. I really enjoyed that. The kids were great. We had a lot more classroom material and things that we went over, but that was really something that I wanted to touch on because that was fun with the kids. And a lot of them came through my booth and were excited to show their friends and family. So that's some stuff that we had going on. Some of the current ongoings. Oh, you know what? Before I get there. So this year's public information booth at Mule Days, I think, was the biggest, at least that I've been a part of since that I've been to the Bishop CHP office. So a little over a decade now. We had over 2,400 people come through our booth. And during that 5-day time period, I ran 600 people through field sobriety tests. So again, 600 people, whether they be above the limit or below the limit, weren't passing. That was a lot of good fun. A lot of people ended up on the ground. So that was great, entertaining. So that's old news. What we have current ongoing and we'll be doing through the rest of this year is the California Highway Patrol. We're attempting to hire 1,000 new people this year. So if you have a family member, if you yourself have been interested, you're 20 and a half to the age of 35, please come down to the Bishop CHP office at 469 South Main Street. Get a hold of me, or if you're watching this from somewhere else in the state or even out of state, if you can find a highway patrol officer or know where a CHP office is located, please come in and talk to us. It's the best profession and career choice that I could have done. I'm a little bit of a knucklehead, and I'm telling you right now, I couldn't have done any better for myself. I really enjoy what I'm doing, being able to help people. So if anything like that, public service, has ever interested you, please come talk to us. The Highway Patrol is hiring like crazy now, so it's a great time to be trying to get in. We have, on that note, we have received, a lot of folks know that we've received a lot of new officers that have come to the Bishop area office that are doing training after graduating the academy. The CHP office here in Bishop, so the Bishop office covers Bishop, the Lone Pine resident post, and the Death Valley resident post. In Death Valley, we have 2 officers stationed. In Lone Pine, we're supposed to have 6, I believe. It could be 5. And then in Bishop, we're slated for, I believe, 21. Don't quote me on those exact numbers. Give me 1 or 2 in either direction. But the Bishop CHP office has been running at about a 50% staffing for at least the last 8 years. We're going to be up to full staff here shortly. We're actually, so long as our folks that are in the academy right now, we have 4 cadets in there. So long as they're so fortunate as to get through the process and actually graduate, we'll be receiving 4 new officers coming directly to us out of the CHP Academy, which will bring us up to full staffing right now. We're going to be able to provide a much better service to the community, get out there a lot more. I receive a lot of phone calls at the office almost on a daily basis. Hey, we have problems here. This stop sign's being run regularly there. People are doing 100 miles an hour here. We've been doing the best that we could with the staffing that we had. Now that we're going to be up to full staffed, once these folks get trained up and up to speed, they've gotten through their field training process, we're going to be able to serve the community much, much better, and I'm really looking forward to that. Some new things that we have, actually, I'm not actually going to move on here. So I want to go over with you folks, right now is travel time. we're getting into, people are taking their summer vacations, getting ready to do all these things. It's hot out. It's easy to get sleepy behind the wheel. I want to impress on everybody here how important it is to wear seatbelts. So, as a lot of you may know, if you've been paying attention to the news or anything that's going on, this area, unfortunately, we've had a few traffic collisions that have resulted in fatalities or serious bodily injuries over the last year and a half or so. And almost every one of those has been a result of the occupants of the vehicles not wearing seatbelts. Not all, but a lot. And I can't help but think, having done this job for as long as I've been doing it, that a lot of those could have been prevented had seatbelts been worn. There's nothing that I hate more. Most officers, paramedics, fire, there's nothing worse for us than to show up on a scene, see that somebody wasn't wearing their seatbelt and they're deceased as a result. At least with the seatbelt, you have a fighting chance. So I want to impress on everybody as you're traveling through the area, even if you're just going around the corner to your local store, most traffic collisions occur within 5 miles from home. Okay? As a matter of fact, my wife was just involved in a traffic collision prior to me coming here filming this. Luckily, fender bender she was just backed into, but seatbelts save lives. They truly work. Please wear them. Watch out for your other family members. If you're a mom or dad or it's just your friend, your buddy riding with you, make sure they put that on. A lot of people don't know. Now I'm going to hit the enforcement side of it. Folks don't know, if you're of legal age to be driving a motor vehicle, 16 years of age, and you have a parent in the car, or if you're 21 years of age and you just have buddies in the car, the driver can be cited, issued a citation for each and every individual that is in that vehicle that is not wearing a seatbelt. Not only can each one of those individuals be cited, but so can the driver. So, self-preservation here. If you're being the driver and you've got your seatbelt on, make sure everyone else is too, and you can avoid the potential of receiving that ticket. Current ongoings. So I just got through an audit at the Bishop CHP office. One of my many responsibilities is I'm involved in our evidence program. Some exciting news for us, not that it matters to you guys, but I will let you know, the California Highway Patrol, we're getting up to speed on stuff. We've got some great things coming in. So a new evidence system coming in. It's gonna make things a lot better. We'll be a lot more up to speed with stuff. It'll give us a little bit of faster turnaround with different things that we do. I'm looking forward to that. It's a blessing for me because hopefully I could be able to get out and get with the public a little bit more often when things get smoothed up in there for me a little bit. Until then, I have a feeling like I'm going to be banging my head in the desk till we get that program up and running, but I'm looking forward to it. Coming up, so it sounds like that the Bishop area Highway Patrol office is going to be getting a couple new pickup trucks. These are going to allow us to better serve the entirety of the community. Not a lot of folks know that the California Highway Patrol, we're responsible for all roadways, anything like that in the state of California. That includes dirt roads, so all of your off-road trails, all that stuff. The CHP responds to and is responsible for any collisions or anything that takes place on those. So with these new pickup trucks, when we get called to those traffic collisions, whatever happens, you're riding your dirt bike and you decide that that rock looked like something fun to run into, hopefully we'll be able to get to you better and a little bit more expedient manner to be able to get you folks taken care of. So me personally, as a local Bishop boy, I look forward to us getting some pickup trucks. Summertime, again, we touched on it a little bit. We get folks that'll call in, they're panicking, something happened to their car, they're broken down, they're out of water, they think they're gonna die. Well, they may die if we don't get there. Carry water in your vehicles. I recommend, there's no set value or anything that I know of. This is not the Highway Patrol recommending it. This is Officer Michener, that knucklehead. At least a gallon of water per person if you're intending on doing any traveling, camping, enjoying the scenic beauties that we have around the Owens Valley, hitting some of these dirt roads, checking different things out, or even just, traveling between Bishop and Lone Pine. we only have a certain number of officers on the road available to respond. If an officer is stuck, working a traffic collision in one location, or unfortunately, if they're making an arrest on somebody for DUI and you break down, we're obviously going to do our absolute best to get to you. And ultimately we will, pending certain mitigating circumstances, like I said. Have enough stuff in your vehicle to be able to take care of yourself, keep yourself hydrated, so that when we get to you, you're going to be functioning, breathing, not passed out on the dirt. It's bad. Heat stroke's bad. So take care of those simple things. Other things that people don't think about, they come up here camp and they want to go up into the mountains. Bring a blanket too. It may be hot during the day, but it's going to cool off at night, I promise. So come equipped for both seasons, really, cold and hot. Really, that's all that I've got, unless Jimmy, you got anything? We're all good? All right, so again, I'm Officer Michener with the California Highway Patrol. I truly appreciate all of you that do listen. The 4 of you that commented on the last video, I appreciate it, and I just want to wish you folks a great day. Have a great summer season, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing since 1982. Well, today I'm coming to you from the Tri-County Fairgrounds here in Bishop at the high school rodeo finals. And I hope all those people, the fans, the participants, everybody, get something out of this week's fly fishing report. So let's get to it. Okay, let's talk about the Upper Owens. Well, runoff has started, the water's up a little bit, mosquitoes out, yes, I'm getting bit a little bit, but the fishing, oh my God, it's good. Mostly brown trout, didn't see any rainbows this week. What are they feeding on? Well, they're feeding both on the surface and under the surface. There's a mayfly hatch. I've been using my standard olive quilligon, and it's producing 6-inch browns up to 20-inch browns. And the 20-inch browns, it took what? Well, we didn't have any of the stoner nymphs on, so it took the green gold prince nymph. Okay, let's talk about Hawk Creek. Well, it's being affected by the runoff too, whether it's water's up or down and the insects are hatching. On the right days, dry fly's great. We're using size 20 blue wing olive parachutes and size 20 Adams parachutes. Otherwise, we're fishing under the surface, olive quilligons, pheasant tail flashbacks, and yes, we're using tiger midges and zebra midges. Okay, Crawley Lake, still can't get to the north side of the lake or to the upper side of McGee Bay. Road's still closed, so you're kind of stuck with a boat or going in the South Marina. Okay, so let's talk about the lower Owens. It's still out, we're done. Okay, so that just leaves us with Bishop Creek Canal. It's fishing good. You just gotta work it. Gets hot during the day. Fish in the morning or fish in the evening, then the weather's great. Okay, one last one, Bishop Creek Canyon. North Lake's open, so is Intake 2. They're fun to fly fish out of in.
On June 14th,
Abandoned broccoli!
experience it in IMAX.
Everybody act regular.
Pillow fight!
Bring it on! No, anger.
Disney and Pixar's Inside Out 2.
There's a part 2? We're going!
Rated PG, June 14th.
June 7th,
we're not losing today.
the summer begins.
I got this! No!
With Bad Boys.
What are you doing? Mike, I got this! I got this, Mike. What you do? That gator racist!
Bad Boys, rated R.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for that.